Good morning, folks. I hope this finds you well on this really snowy day. I wanted to give you a brief introduction on how this course is going to proceed so that you can stay on course even though we don't have class today. So if you didn't notice, I sent out an announcement first thing this morning that allows you to enroll with the Virginia Office of EMS online. So I don't want to read this entire announcement to you. I'll let you do it at your leisure. But we have to get you enrolled within the first 5 days of the course. And when we say the course, we have a course that proceeds from a certain date and ends on a certain date with the Virginia Office of EMS. So they track that not based on the first day you attend class necessarily with Northern Virginia, but on the date that the course begins. So we want to keep you on track, and that's why we are urging you to utilize this quick guide so that you can enroll online. Now, please come back to Blackboard at least a couple times a week, and please check your Virginia Community College system email address, because I will email you when an announcement is coming out, and I may email you for other purposes. Now, I try and tell my students to stay connected in this regard for any class I teach, but when it comes to a hybrid class where at least half of the instruction is going to be via online, that connection between you, the student, and me, the instructor, is even more important. So if you are not familiar with Blackboard, I'm going to briefly go over a couple of important tabs. So here's the course over here laid out on the left side of your screen. The announcements will be the default view. So every time you open Blackboard, generally it will default to the announcements so you can see if there's anything recent that I've posted. Obviously, under this tab, syllabus and course information, there will be a couple of different documents. You can click on it to download it and then save it in your computer if you want. The course calendar just uploads every time I create something. It uploads into the calendar, so if you like to see what's due based on a calendar, that might be where you'd like to go. But the big one I want to draw your attention to is first the assignments tab. So the assignments tab is going to be where you live for the most part. I've broken it down by week. Now, right now, the first 8 weeks are completely uploaded into the course. Each week is broken into 2 subfolders. So the first subfolder is going to be your reading and study materials, and this is going to be everything that is what you need to read or view or look at for week 1. Okay? Some of these are very short articles. Sometimes it will be PowerPoints for each chapter are going to be included in your study materials, and in addition to that will be other resources that will help you in learning, because keep in mind that this is taking the place of face-to-face instruction. So if you're looking at this and thinking how overwhelming it might be, first of all, bear in mind that apart from your textbook, there are no very lengthy articles here. They're short articles, or they're short tutorials or short videos, as well as the PowerPoint presentations that correlate to the textbook chapter. So on the one hand, the lengthiest thing you'll be reading will be your chapters, and on the other hand, this is all meant to replace face-to-face instruction, and that's why there is so much of it, okay? So after you look at the study materials, then the other folder is going to be what I refer to as deliverables. These are going to be your assignments that you must complete each week. So there's going to be 2 homework assignments and 1 quiz per week. The homework assignments are going to be more demanding of your time. They tend to be short answer. There will be very little in the way of multiple choice. There'll be fill in the blank. There might be diagrams. There might be charts, short essay questions. The idea is to learn from the assignment. Then you can keep the assignment, and it'll be a valuable study tool that will prepare you for the quiz. Now, the quiz is going to replicate more nearly what you will find on your final exam and your certification exams. They will be almost always multiple choice. There might be short answer questions in there, but the lion's share of the questions will be multiple choice. It will be a timed exam. You'll have one attempt to take it. Yes, it's open book, open notebook, open notes, whatever, what have you. However, since it's timed, if you don't know the material well, having all your resources available to you may or may not help you. Okay, so again, these are the deliverables. They will be due the Sunday night before the next class. So week 1 materials, deliverables, will be due by the last night of the week, which is a Sunday night. So the first day of week 1 is actually today, and these assignments will be due next Sunday night by 11:59 p.m. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And again, your first 8 weeks are all covered here. Okay, now week 9 through 14 have not been completed, but by midterm they will be completed. So that's the assignments folder. Additional learning materials, what I did here is I grouped all of your lecture PowerPoints are broken down in this folder, but I also have them by week in your weekly folders as well. All right, and these are going to be additional learning materials, and I may add more things to them as the weeks proceed, so you might want to check back. I'll try to remember to let you know if I've added to this. Another good link is going to be links to tutorials. Now, this is going to really run the gamut. Typically speaking, there's going to be either games that I've created, or there might be videos that I've found that are particularly helpful. This lung sounds practice one is very, very valuable. So, and it is this psychomotor exam. I would strongly encourage people as we start to get into the course to review these 9 videos, as they will show you exactly how testing will proceed. And then, as you can see, there are other links, or rather tabs here. But I wanted to definitely touch base with the big ones. All right, so I'm going to go back to our announcements page and just follow up with a reminder about enrolling online. I would appreciate it if you get it done much, much sooner than later, but I'll warn you that the deadline for having this done is Friday. Gary Sargent is our program director. He is going to be looking at the enrollments on Friday, and if you are not enrolled with the Office of EMS by Friday, he may be dropping you from the course altogether. So I don't like ending a communication on a dire note, but it's really important. I think that's all I have for you today. Be sure that you check your EMS 120 Blackboard on a regular basis as well, because you can't complete EMS 111 without completing EMS 120. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a great day. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.